About to do the first cook on this new offset here. A little stuff in there to get it started up good with. Using a little royal oak lump there. A few pieces of wood. So first cook, I'm gonna do 3 racks of spare ribs. That's just that little random bone up top there on the corners you usually have to cut off. Some people throw it away. Sometimes I'll trim off the meat and fat, but I just throw them on here. Let them cook. Gnaw off what meat I can get off the bone, be done with it. So I'm about an hour and a half into this cook here. A definite plus to an offset smoker as opposed to that kettle I was using. I've got room to cook stuff. More than just like 1 rack of ribs. Just like I decided, hey, I want some sausages, so I went in the house and got some sausages and added them to it. And still got room for other stuff. It's just nice to have some cooking surface. Let's hit these with vinegar while I got this thing open. Yeah, I knew I was limited using that kettle with cooking surface. I didn't realize how much until I got this, and I've got some room. I can put quite a bit more in there. So anyway, been using a mixture of oak and hickory for this. Mostly oak, but there is some hickory in there too. This is about 3 hours in. Be ready to wrap these shortly. You got these back on here, wrapped double layer foil. I'm not worried about it. We'll just cook those out in the open a little bit. Something to gnaw on. The sausages, probe them shortly. They're probably getting ready to come off, getting a little wrinklage there. Pull some of the wrinkly wieners. Oh, there's a wrinkly one in it. Probably ready to come off shortly, in fact. And I pulled all this stuff off. Sausages came off. Those 3 sternums that you saw, I actually took those off and gnawed on those about an hour or so ago. They were actually really, really good. So these are wrapped in foil and they came off, rested about 30 minutes. Didn't think to get a video before they were cut, but finished product. First ribs off the new offset, the Yoder Loaded Wichita. Now those other ribs, those sternums, I gotta say the meat was outstanding. It was way better than what I was able to produce on the kettle. I think it's just due to the sheer amount of dirty smoke that you can get with a kettle, because you have to open the lid and close it, and every time you do it you end up getting a plume of white smoke for about 5 minutes. And with the offset you don't really get that. You get maybe a minute's worth whenever I would add a log, and it would die out and go back to clean smoke, and it made a heck of a difference. Plus, usually when I've done ribs in the past, I would use hickory. This is a mix of oak and hickory.